If you can hear noise in the background, it's my husband and the fridge. Question time! Okay guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dima Ikalu. This is my very first question tag and I'm so excited. So first, before we go into this video, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you're watching me right now, click that subscribe button. Let's get into this video. The other day I put up on my Instagram that people should ask me questions. I also put up on my Snapchat, but I got more response on Instagram and I got really nice questions that I'm so excited to actually answer. I also have a plate of bounty here with me and I'm going to be answering these questions while I'm snacking on my bounty because I love chocolate. So guys, let's get right into this. First question: how is married life? Okay, if you actually follow me on Instagram, you would know that I am enjoying this. Like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it every single day. It's very fun, interesting. It's amazing. It's I don't know, especially if you're with your best friend, like someone that is literally like family to you already before you guys already say I do. So it's almost like everything goes on autopilot and you kind of get like I don't know, like an extension of yourself in a very weird way. You guys are so different but still very compatible. By the way, the gist, the amebo is on 100. Like you guys talk and talk and talk. I mean, you guys just try out new stuff, multiple date nights. There are really fun aspects of it. You guys are trying to figure out what works for your marriage, trying to build a foundation for a family, obviously, that you guys are about to build. So, for instance, we came up with like prayer times for our family because that's what we wanted, our family to run on. And so we have our prayer times every evening. We are, doing a fast together, all those kind of things. You sort of have like a partner that, helps you be better than yourself. You just have like a support partner, like a G, a lover, a friend, everything. Like, it's exciting. It's really exciting. Right now, I'm on 100 in this, and it doesn't look like the honeymoon is going to end anytime soon because I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I'm seeing it last for another few years. Married life is just amazing. That's it. Let's go. I followed you, and you didn't follow back. How is Potakots? Potakots is amazing. It's fun. I never thought I would ever go to another city that is not Lagos and actually think it's amazing. Potakots is actually amazing. It's chilled, and also because the environment I am in is quite interesting and quite fun, I guess. Because my husband grew up here before he went to Lagos and then came back here for work. He pretty much has friends that sort of form like a circle. You'll meet a few of those friends by the time I post my birthday dinner next week, by the grace of God. And you will know that, when you have friends, it's really interesting. It's just like any other city. Like, if you're on your own, like, it's going to be boring. I'm going to be showing more and more as much as I can about Potakots on my YouTube channel, just for people to know that this place is not as terrible as you think. What church do you attend there? We've been attending the King's Assembly, and we are still very much connected to, and I'm still very much connected to my church in Lagos, because that's still also my church. That's David's Christian Center in Lagos. So for us, it's all about ensuring that God is leading us to a place and serving there also. So what motivates you in life? God is my number one motivation, and of course my amazing husband that God gave to me. One amazing thing about being married, I think it's also going to be like circling back to the first question, is that you kind of have a support system. Like, ever since the first day I got into this marriage, I feel like I've gotten the best ginger ever. You know how you're getting like ginger, and someone's telling you, babe, you can do this, you can start off your YouTube channel again and get your people back, you can do more, like so like I've gotten the best support in marriage, and I'm so happy about it. My family also motivates me if you're coming to the next level, because I kind of want to do a lot of things for my family, my parents, and everyone, and my friends too. Mwah. My friends are my motivation too. That's it. On to the next. Tell us about your lovely friends and why you love them. Oh, okay, so I have amazing friends here. I've had these friends since I was in uni, and for those of you that really followed my whole wedding plan, my wedding process online on Instagram mostly, you would know that my friends were really amazing. Like, I'm going to drop pictures of us when we were graduating. Like, that's to show you how way back we go. We were really close in school. In fact, we had moments where we went through a lot of things in school together. We had fun in school together, and like it's so amazing how we've grown over the years. In fact, they're not my friends anymore. They're actually like sisters. Like, these amazing girls, like, came all the way from Abuja, left Abuja to Imo for my child wedding, and left Imo to Lagos and went back to Abuja. They did all that for me, and they still did a surprise bridal shower for me. Like, who does that? Like, what kind of friends? Like, I have the most. I'm so blessed, and I can't take that for granted. I love my friends. They are amazing. Future billionaires squad. Grateful for all of my friends, and I'm so thankful for them. God bless you guys. You're so amazing. By the way, I need to send kisses to all of you. Okay, on to the next one. Skincare tips. Drink plenty water. I'm not really like a skincare person, as I don't know, like, people don't actually believe it because they say I have nice skin. Ooh, thank you, God. Thank you. Pretty much what I do is I don't have a major routine, but I try as much as possible to not sleep with makeup. I try to wipe my skin at night if I have makeup on, before the next morning, and I also try to ensure that maybe sometimes I wash my face. I'm not going to tell you anything exaggerated. A few times I use Arami face scrub, but actually ever since I left my parents' house, I used to steal that face scrub from my sister. Ever since I left my parents' house, I've not really been using that. And then I use this other Arami oil that my friend got for me. It's like I don't know, it's a really nice one. I'm going to put it on the screen. So that I use that when I don't have makeup on a normal day. I try to not leave my skin dry. I try to use oil, to just kind of moisturize it. But I can only do that because my skin is not oily. If your skin is oily, you don't want to take that risk. So I'm not necessarily a skincare person. I'm not going to tell you that, this is how I do it. Wake up in the morning, wash my face, do this. I really don't have a proper routine. I won't lie. I just make sure that my face is not, because when my face feels dry, it's very annoying. So sometimes you even see me that you see that my face, I have some kind of like oil on my face, and then maybe lip gloss on. That's pretty much it. That's all I do for skincare. How can I find my soulmate? Give me directions. That's a class on its own. I feel like your soulmate will really just come to you, and he will come to you. Do you get? It's going to be unexpected. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be mind-blowing. In fact, when you're in the situation, you're probably not going to realize how amazing and how mind-blowing it is. You might even downplay the situation. Actually, when you meet your soulmate, you might think it might be someone that you least expect, or it might be a situation that like it might be awkward or something that you just, I mean, you don't understand. And at the time, it might not seem like a funny, lovey-dovey story to you while it's happening. But by the time you get to the place where you realize that, oh my gosh, this is my soulmate. Oh my gosh, he could be my husband. Then, then you would look back and realize that the story was actually a unique story. Like for me, I think I had a very, very unique story, and that's a story for another day. In fact, tell me if you want me to do that story. Put it in the comment section below. I would gladly, do a story time of how I met my husband and everything. No, it's just gonna happen. So baby girl, let it happen. Just live your life, enjoy yourself, build yourself, and just let God find you that soulmate. Okay, so there was this one question that appeared multiple times, and I think I'm just going to answer everything at once. So it's like, how did you know he's the one? How did you know your husband was your husband? How did you know your husband was the one? How did you know he's the one? Actually, I can't really tell at what exact point. It wasn't like a light bulb moment, to be fair, but I think it was just a combination of so many things that just, made me so sure that this was it. This was the man I wanted. Wow. Based on the relationship I had built with God, I kind of had a few things I wanted to, a few things I wanted to see in a man that would, sort of give me that comfort, that assurance that, okay, this is the man that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life, and God is in this. So I would just mention a few things. For you, it might be different, but if you're a Christian girl, I feel like these things are the same. And it was really easy for me to just spot. Some of these things that I had to tick off my box for me was, one, he had to be God-fearing. And God-fearing, not just God-fearing, goes to church, everything. He serves in church, puts his energy in church, gives in church. Like, my husband was the HOD of the ushering department. He would always pay his tithes, and he was very just passionate about the things of Christ. He was the one that introduced me to DCC. That's the church I was going to in Lagos. That's the church I still attend online, of course. And you could see that I was so passionate about it. So I don't want to run into the story of how we met, because that's another video. But when we first met, I was an intern, and then I saw this really good-looking young guy coming down from the staff bus every Tuesday for midweek service. And you can imagine, in this day and age, a young guy going down from the staff bus every Tuesday it's not like Sunday service, so he goes for Sunday service on normal day, but he was also going for midweek service. Just in case he's listening to this, don't feel cool, oh. Like, when I'm around him, I see that he's talking to his friends about church, about the things of God. So it came really natural to him. So I already knew that he had that love of God. And to tell you the truth, any man that actually loves God is going to love you with all of his heart, and he's going to love you. That's just like he's going to love you. I mean, if you've been around my husband, you know that he's a loving person. He's a very, very loving person. That was number one for me. Another thing was that I felt a kind of peace in my mind. I felt a kind of comfort. It was like, I would say, like, the first few weeks I met my husband, it felt like I had met him years ago. I know people always say this and it sounds so cliche, but there's a kind of peace and a comfort that comes with just meeting your husband. Let me say it like that. Meeting your husband, there's a peace and a comfort. So I felt a peace, a comfort. And then there was this thing where I could tell him anything, even the most embarrassing things ever. Like, things I could not even tell. Who would I think about, huh? I could not even tell like really, really close family. I could tell him. And it was so weird because the same thing was also happening with him. He would open up to me, we would have conversations, we would come up with solutions. You know, another thing was that we could spend time talking for hours and not get bored. Like we would talk and have like lengthy, amazing conversations. And at the end of the conversations, it will still feel like we didn't talk. We saw each other every single day. So you can imagine seeing each other every single day. That was prior to him moving out of Lagos. So you can imagine seeing each other every single day and not getting bored. It's so amazing. Like another thing was when we first met, we were really friends. We became close friends before we actually even started thinking about, you know, we want to date. When we wanted to date, we already knew that, okay, we're dating, but like, what's the end goal? We're getting married. Like when you just know that, you know, this is the one, this is my husband, you know. I had met other guys that were saying, okay, the end goal of our relationship is going to be married. Let's talk about this. Like, let me get to know your family, all that kind of stuff. I had met people like that. In fact, I had met there was one very funny situation. Very funny situation where my mom, you know, came to tell me about a woman who wanted me to get married to her son that was, you know, based in the UK or something like that. And I had never met him before. So it wasn't like this was the first time I was hearing about marriage. It wasn't. It was just I don't know. It was just the time. To be fair, I mean, I think it was just the time. This is really very funny because I was thinking about marriage, but I wasn't thinking about it being like an immediate thing. But I mean, when it happened, it just happened. And you know, all of those things that I thought I knew about when I want to get married, you know, how I want to take over the world before I get married and all that kind of stuff, everything took back. So let's go to another question. What is your advice to those looking for husbands? So my advice is that you shouldn't look for a husband. I've been reflecting about my past few years. I feel I could have done better, even though I know I cannot go back actually and be single again. You know, there are things that if I knew that I was going to marry such an amazing man, I probably would have not wasted my time doing. Like, God already packaged somebody for me and I was stressing myself. So I've been reflecting about that, and I thought about it like, as a single woman who actually wants to get married, who is open to God to get married, I don't think you should look for a husband. Don't go and search for a husband. That's even a very, very wrong phrase. God is going to find you a man, and he's going to place him in your life, and he's going to come into your life in the most amazing ways. And for you to even be positioned to find that man, you have to build yourself. Yes, my dear woman, my dear young woman, you have to build yourself spiritually, in terms of your career, your life, the way you even interact with people. You have to build yourself. You can't focus on getting a man, you know, not just because of building yourself is not just because you want to get married or you want to find a husband. Building yourself is for yourself and for God and for eventually the man you're going to get married to. So my advice is that you sit down, think about the things, make goals for yourself, you know, have targets in terms of your job, your business, your life, things that you want to do. Learn French if you have to. Take a course online if you have to. You know, apply to jobs and get into that amazing company and get that amazing role, because, you know, I did that. And, you know, do all of that and build yourself. Pray every day. Take it to God. Let God know how you want to, like, just let him know how amazing you want to feel. Pray for your husband in advance also, and just don't dwell on it. Most of the mistakes I made in the past that I thought, you know, I should go and erase, you know, I come back. be so weighed down or so carried away by trying to find a man that you actually lose yourself in doing it. Improve yourself, stay rocking on the word, and just pray to God. My prayers were answered though. If you check my Instagram account, you would see that I wrote a short prayer about my future husband. That was even before I met my husband. And it's funny how God catches these prayers, but on our own, sincerely, we cannot go and pick that man. We cannot go and pick that man. How do you deal with disagreement in a relationship? I feel like society and social media has made you believe sometimes that when you have a disagreement in a relationship, it means you should zero it. Like, it means that relationship cannot work at all. That's actually not true. A disagreement is basically like two of you just trying to sort of get to a meeting point, because you guys are two different people. There'll be times when you realize that you're from two different backgrounds, you have two different understanding of things. Think about your relationship as a friendship first of all. It helps you a lot, to be fair. If you think about your spouse, your boyfriend, your husband as a friend, you would, like, most times that disagreement is not going to pass. You would hardly clash, to be fair. You would hardly clash. And even when you guys have disagreements, you would just find a way to get over it. That's it. Because I think about my husband as my friend, even when he annoys me, when I annoy him too, we sort of start talking later, because something would surely make us talk. We're friends, we're G's. I have to give him gist. I have to give him something that is very, very a sweet gist, like maybe something that happened at work or something I saw on Instagram. I have to show him something, and I can't keep it in so long. I can't save it for so long. I can't take a screenshot and tell him later. It's not be as sweet as when it's tricking me in the moment. So it makes it so hard for us to actually dwell on that disagreement. We end up just talking. Even while we were dating, we used to do this thing where we would say we would never sleep angry. So no matter what the disagreement is, we would settle it in the moment. And sometimes there are disagreements sincerely. There are things that you disagree on based on your different backgrounds that you can't just settle there and then. That's where compromise comes in. Like, you must not always win. You guys are on the same team. So you guys are on the same team. My husband is always telling me we're on the same team. Sometimes I'll just take my anger to God knows where, and he just keeps reminding me, we're on the same team. Like, I'm not fighting you. It's not a war. And truly, you guys are on the same team, and it just sorts itself out. So I think it just helps, especially when you're going into marriage, that the person is actually your friend, like your very good friend. It's sweet when the person is your friend. Pray also for that spirit of God that allows you to be forgiving, allows you to tolerate, allows you to do away with anger and all the rest. And it really helps you. I just realized that I've not been taking this down since I've been just too much. So now let's go to the next question. I just love your personality. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey. This question. So the question is, how did you handle temptation before your wedding? So I would say that it was a bit easier for me to a level, because my husband was in a different state and I was in a different state. So we're pretty much communicating online. We were doing video calls, doing like calls, even though we're talking every other day. To be fair, it was a bit easier actually. So that kind of helped. It just was perfect timing. He moved to another state like a few months after we started dating. So it was really relatively fair for us. But like even the times we saw, I would just say, let me just speak generally. I would say God helps you, and also having a partner who understands what your goal is also helps you. Do you understand? So I had a man who also understood why we needed to stay away from certain things. You understand why we needed to have boundaries because of our faith. So it sort of just entered itself, and also it took a lot of actually praying together, because I realized that most of the times when we were praying prior to the wedding, when we got engaged, mostly even before we got engaged, we kept praying about our wedding, our marriage, our children. We had times when we did fasts. So all of that just sort of, like when they say your spirit lifts up and your flesh dies, when you do more of like reading the word and staying on the word and doing a lot of praying and serving, it sort of just like helps your flesh to stay quiet. So that also helped us a lot of staying dwelling on the word, because sincerely, it's just a lot better if you don't fall. Yeah, it's a lot better. I think that's all of the questions. I've had so much fun answering these questions. So I think I'm going to do another question tag. If you want me to do another question tag, please put it in the comment section below. If you're here by now watching to this time of the video, you are so amazing. Thank you so much. I love you so much. It means that you really, really are a true lover, and I'm so appreciative of you. And if you're still here and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button below. I would love to have you on my channel. And if you're still watching now, you will know that I'm going to be uploading very soon my birthday dinner, because my birthday was a few days ago. So I'm going to be uploading my birthday dinner vlog next week. So do stay tuned, do subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and you're going to get a lot of amazing content. So I'm also going to be taking you guys around the city of Potakots every once in a while, just to show you really, really nice places. So guys, there's so many reasons why you should subscribe to my channel. So please subscribe, leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, support your girl. I'm trying to grow this channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I love you so much. Till next time, I'm your girl, Disagreement.